back to DR Sports on an incredible day of football in the calendar. It's the return of the Premier League today. But before we even touch on that, let's bring you up to date with the latest in the transfer world on DR Transfers. Remember to like the video, comment with your thoughts. There's some massive stories today. And of course, subscribe to DR if you haven't already. Let's start off with Benjamin Šeško. So this guy has been talked about by all the big clubs in the last few weeks. After, I would say, his incredible performance against Liverpool in pre-season, his name has really risen in stock. And it looks like Manchester United are still in talks with his agent. They spoke to him more than 2 times, but this is a 3-club race, apparently. And we all know what that means when Manchester United are involved. It probably means they're not going to win the race. Apparently, he will not decide his future before the next week. He wants time to make up his mind. He's only 19, very imposing striker, kind of fits into the mould of Haaland and a Nunes, if I'm honest. And United, with so many question marks around their main man, Cristiano Ronaldo, they are going to have to buy someone. But if it's a 3-club race, it's been proven this summer already that the negotiation skills haven't really been up to scratch for United. United fans, let us know. Do you agree? Do you disagree? But he is going to take his time. He's in no rush, really. He's still got about a month or so until the transfer window closes. And I guess he doesn't want to rush his decision. And when you're talking to 3 clubs, you've got to take time, weigh up your options and find out what's the best move for you at such a critical stage of his career. The next 3 to 4 years are really going to shape how his legacy is formed. So he has to make the right move. Listen, if we hadn't have just bought Darwin Núñez, I would have allowed Liverpool to go in for him. But one of these 3 clubs is going to get a great striker there. So Šeško, the Czech Republic striker, is looking like he is going to make that move. But will it be United or these 2 other clubs? Let us know who you think the other clubs are as well. And how would he fit in at United? Would he be the main man? Would he be the number 9, as it were, be the focal point if Ronaldo does go? But it's looking more increasingly likely that Ronaldo will stay now. So does that rule him out? Let us know in the comments. Lucas Torreira, the ex-Arsenal midfielder, or he was only ex-Arsenal until today, really, but he's been hanging around there, going out on loan to a lot of clubs. He's finally today signs the contract to become a Galatasaray player. He signed that in Milan. Supposedly, according to Fabrizio Romano, the deal is completed and Arsenal will receive 6 to 7 million euros plus add-ons. So is that a good deal? I think he was brought in around the 2018-2019 season. He was that combative dog, if you like, in the midfield, that Mascherano type, that Claude Makelele type that really gets stuck in. Very small, as we know, 5'6", I think he is. Hasn't really set the world alight when he went out on loan to the Atletico Madrids. And he's been out on loan as well in Italy. So, listen, it hasn't turned out to be the best move for him at Arsenal. Scored against Tottenham in the North London derby. I think that's probably his highlight. But 6 to 7 million, they make a slight loss on him. Arsenal fans, let us know, was he dead wood? Did you need to get rid of him? Or were any of you hoping that he would stay around? But I guess with the midfield last night, seeing how well they coped at Crystal Palace away, you'd probably say that he was a bit of dead wood that you had to get rid of. So Torreira is gone. On Arsenal still, Arteta has confirmed, and this is exciting news for Arsenal fans, that there will be more signings. We are going to try. There are a few things we have planned. We're going to try in the next weeks. Saliba, he's been superb again. Massive talking point from last night. Arsenal not only win, but get a clean sheet as well for the first time in a long time in the Prem. And Saliba played excellently last night, the 21-year-old. So Arteta confirming that Arsenal fans, you can get excited. More players are coming in through the door. Barcelona also closing on a Marcos Alonso. Finally, it's around a 10 million euro deal. Personal terms already agreed 3 months ago. So you can imagine agreeing those 3 months ago, this would have been in May and at the end of the season, and you've got to kind of keep your head up and hope that this deal comes through for 3 months. It must have been a bit of a tense time. And listen, there's no even guarantee that he gets registered as a Barca player. You know what's going on there. So Chelsea fans, let us know. Chelsea fans have also got very excited today over the prospect of Wesley Fofana joining them on Friday. An excess bid of 70 million plus was made by Chelsea for Fofana. Leicester have turned down the proposal, and Rodgers also insists he's not for sale. If you remember the DR transfers from 2 days ago. You remember me saying, Leicester fans, what is going on? All these outgoings, no incomings. Pretty disappointing there if you're a Fox fan. But Chelsea are determined to get their man, and apparently the player would be 100% keen on the move. Financially, obviously, that would massively benefit for Fana. I'm not too sure what his contract is now, but you can imagine that's going to get doubled or even tripled if he goes to Chelsea. Tottenham are also planning to complete Destiny Udogie deal next week. The Udinese player has had talks with the club to finalise the agreement. He was not in the Udinese squad today due to the negotiations with Spurs. He wants to maybe stay on loan for one more year before he goes back. So interesting, that one. Let us know in the comments what you think. Not too clued up on this fella myself, if I'm honest, but Tottenham just keep ploughing through the transfer market and getting their signings. And I think with Conte in charge, you know that the scouting is probably of a higher level than it was before. And especially when you're talking about the Italian league, he knows it inside out. He was obviously playing against teams in Serie A last season. So I would say Conte knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to transfers, yet to be proven wrong. But anyway, we'll see what happens with that one. Tottenham in for Udogie at Udinese. Let's talk about Frankie De Jong. Going back to Chelsea, it's going to take a lot of money for him to join. We know that. And if you remember what I just said there about Manchester United being in talks with Šeško, but 3 other clubs are involved, or 2 other clubs are involved, it kind of comes back to the Frankie De Jong situation. They've been flirting with him all summer. For right or wrong reasons, he's not being allowed to really live his full life at Barcelona, if we're honest. He's constrained by these contracts. He's been told he has to leave the club. But if you're a believer of social media reports, last night it was said that Frankie De Jong is probably on his way to Chelsea more so than Manchester United. What is going on here, by the way? I mean, we've spoken about it for the last 4 or 5 weeks on DR, and every other sporting platform has as well. But Frankie De Jong, it's almost as if he's being bullied here. And you have to go with the player over the club here. I think Barcelona, in terms of the grand club that they are around the world, they are definitely losing a lot of integrity right now. You'd have to say that. The way they're treating players, how they think they can bring players in without getting rid of other players. You look at Martin Braithwaite, still refusing to leave Barcelona. He's a very financially well-off man, not just through football, Braithwaite, but he actually owns $250 million worth of real estate in America. But he's no mug. He's saying to Barcelona, look, you want me to leave, that's fine, but you have to pay the money. Well, we don't want to pay the money. Cool, well, I'll see you in court. That's the kind of rhetoric that is happening at Barcelona right now with not just him, but so many other players. Ricky Puig, just gone to LA Galaxy this week at 21 years old. Is that really what he wanted to do? With all due respect to the Galaxy, of course. Is that really what he wanted to do? Or were Barcelona trying to impose a move on him to help their financial situation? Let us know in the comments. They were also told by La Liga they have to still decrease their wage bill. It currently stands at 550 million euros, which just blows my mind. You look at some of the wages on that club. Busquets at age 33, 34 is on 460,000 euros a week. You've got Frankie De Jong on similar. And then Frank Kesse, 400. It's just the money is astronomical, but it clearly isn't valid because it can't be spent on players because they can't register them. And the players that they are bringing in, it's just unbelievable what is happening there at Barcelona. So let's talk about the rest of the transfer news. It looks like that Arsenal are going to get back in for some new signings, and it also looks like Adomo Unana is in England to undergo medical tests in the morning to be a new Everton player. And again, Everton spending a lot of money in this transfer window. Frank's got the reins there at Everton to go out and spend, and he's doing so here as well. 36 million euros agreed with Lille for the player Onana, and 4 million euros in add-ons as well. So that could go up to 40 million, and there's a 20% sell-on clause as well. Everton also closing in on their old player, Gana Gueye, from PSG. It's apparently a matter of time before that one gets completed as well. So a new look Everton team. How will they affect Everton going into the new season? Negatively, positively? Let us know in the comments. And there you go. That is your 10-minute odd roundup of DR transfers for another day as the Premier League season starts again. Arsenal won last night, but you can be assured that there's still big ins and outs all happening across pretty much all the teams in the Premier League and in Europe as well. Of course, we'll keep you up to date with all of them. Stay tuned for more on DR Sports.